Good afternoon, Cross Tempers. Today is Thursday, April 15th, 2021, and I'm Gage Leftwich. Oscar P. Birthday Bash, Minnesota shooting, pause on Johnson & Johnson vaccine in South Africa, and more all coming up on Texan TV. In campus news, today is the annual Silver Tap ceremony. This is a Tarleton tradition that pays respect to deceased students, faculty, and alum that passed away the previous year. This celebration of those that have gone will begin at 6 p.m. Additionally, today is the celebration of a very important figure in Tarleton history as a part of the ongoing Founders Week celebration. At noon, in the common area of the Thompson Student Center, students can go to the Oscar P. Birthday Bash. This will be a celebration of John Tarleton's beloved pet duck, Oscar P., who supposedly traveled with the founder on his quest of starting the university. This celebration will have giveaways such as Purple Thursday t-shirts and rubber ducks, as well as cupcakes, music, and company. In local news, early voting for the May 1st bond election will begin this Monday, April 19th, till Friday, April 23rd, and will resume again on April 26th through April 27th. Voting will take place from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Stephenville City Hall located at 298 West Washington Street. This election is to vote for how the money raised by the bonds will be used. Proposition A is to be used for a new library and rec center. Proposition B is to be used for public improvement, and Proposition C through E are improvements to roads and city trails. For more information on this election, contact 254-918-1286. And now today's Texas, national, and international news from the Associated Press. In Texas news, a man suspected in a shooting of a North Texas police officer during a traffic stop early Wednesday morning has been arrested. Jerry Don Elders and two other who were involved in the vehicle involved, which have not yet been identified, are also suspected in a carjacking that occurred shortly after, in which a 60-year-old woman driver, Robin Waddle, was fatally shot. Elders suspected of shooting the officer 3 times at about 4:15 a.m. Wednesday in Burleson, Texas. Just 12 hours later, Elders was arrested 62 miles away in Gainesville after a police chase and foot pursuit. The wounded officer, Joshua Lott, was hospitalized but is now in stable condition, Burleson Police Chief Billy Cordell told reporters. In national news, 26-year veteran officer Kim Potter was charged yesterday in Minneapolis with second-degree manslaughter. The decision came 3 days after Potter fatally shot 20-year-old Dante White during a traffic stop. According to the former Brooklyn Center Police Chief Tim Gannon, Potter planned to use her taser on Wright but fired her handgun instead. Wright was pulled over due to expired tags on Sunday when an outstanding warrant was discovered by Potter and other police officers present at the stop. Body cam footage shows Potter approaching Wright as other officers are arresting him outside the vehicle. Wright began to struggle with police and Potter shouted, "I'll tase you, taser, taser, taser," before firing a single shot into Wright's chest. He died due to this injury. As for legal action toward Potter, in Minnesota, an incident isn't a necessary component of second-degree manslaughter. That charge can be applied in situations where a person is suspected of causing a death by culpable negligence. It also carries a maximum penalty of 10 years in prison. In international news, South Africa follows the United States as it pauses the use of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration recommended this pause after reports of rare blood clots. South Africa's health minister has stated that they have not received any reports of blood clots to their vaccine recipients. The National Health and Allied Workers organization commanded the pause to ensure the vaccine is safe, while some health experts disapprove of the decision as it may lead to doubt about the use of vaccines. South Africa has ordered 30 million doses of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine and 30 million of the Pfizer vaccine. The Johnson & Johnson vaccine has been given as a research study to healthcare workers of South Africa, as the vaccine has not yet been approved by the country for the general population. The Johnson & Johnson vaccine is currently the only vaccine available to South Africa. Many are hoping the vaccine is found to be safe and the vaccines can continue. For more of today's national and international news, we turn to the AP News Minute.
This is AP News Minute. Demonstrations were held outside the Brooklyn Center, Minnesota police station for a fourth straight night following the shooting death of Dante Wright. Kim Potter, a white former police officer, is charged with second-degree manslaughter. The Biden administration is preparing to announce sanctions against Russia. Senior administration officials say they're in response to a massive Russian hacking campaign and election interference. The U.S. Coast Guard says it has covered an area bigger than Rhode Island as it searches for up to a dozen people missing off the Louisiana coast. At least 6 people were rescued and 1 body found since an offshore oil field vessel capsized during a storm on Tuesday. In California, Governor Gavin Newsom says it's time for all schools in the state to reopen. Newsom says there are no state or health barriers to stop children from going back to class. Mike Hempen, The Associated Press, with AP News Minute.
In sports, the NCAA has changed the long-standing rule in football and basketball that made student athletes that transferred schools sit out of a season. The old rule stated that only graduate transfers were allowed to play a sport immediately after transferring, but undergraduates had to bring up a probable cause that led to their transfer for them to bypass sitting out for a season. The new rule on transferring will go into effect in the fall semester. The new rule states that every athlete that transfers is allowed to play immediately. Students that play a spring sport must notify their school of their intent to transfer before July 1st, and students that play a winter and fall sport must notify their school of their intent to transfer before May 1st. For weather, we turn to Carissa Cole.
Hello, Cross Timbers, and now for a look at today's weather. We have a high of 64 and a low of 57 with isolated thunderstorms happening throughout the day and following throughout the night. And now, back to the news.
This has been a production of Texan TV News, a product of Texan News Service from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas. Watch us live on Apogee Channel 2.1 in the dorms at 12:30 weekdays. If you live off campus, tune in on Northland Cable Channel 9. You can follow the Texan News Service on Facebook and Twitter, and check out our website at www.texannews.net for all of your latest local, state, and national and international news. Today's broadcast was produced by Clarissa Cole, Carly Speck, and Ashley Cassidy. Have a wonderful day, Texans.